Scott, just wanted to show you, this is your throttle up here, this black knob. And that's actually a throttle out of a Century. I recognize that from somebody's pulled that out of a Century. And the distressing thing is there's no cable from there to here. So we're going to have to figure out, we're going to pull that out and figure out what kind of cable we have to buy to go from there to here, or that being as that is out of a Century, I do have what was originally put in Chris Crafts. We remake those throttles, so we might have to do that, but we'll try to figure out using what you've got, because that'll probably be a little bit cheaper, and we'll go from there. Just wanted to show you some of the challenges that we're running into.
You guys know about the gauges, right?
Let's see. Amp gauge work, right?
I don't.
Oh, won't know about the amp gauge till we run the engine. The temperature gauge is pegged at high temperature. The oil pressure,
it pegged out. It finally came down, but it didn't come all the way down. But I had to tap on it just to get it to move at all.
We think the oil pressure, well, yeah. So we're not sure about your gauges yet. And of course, your tachometer is not going to work because it's a mechanical tach, and you have an electronic ignition here. But that can be, and as I recall that you decided you didn't want to do that yet. You were cool with operating without your tach. Temperature gauge I would not operate without. Oil pressure gauge I would not operate without. Amp gauge, once we start the engine, we'll see if it gives us discharge and charge. If it gives us indications of discharging or charging. Right now, though, have you actually fired up like a blower or anything, turned lights on, anything like that yet?
Yep.
So see, it should show discharge when you do that, just ever so slightly.
Well, it moved, it fluctuated.
Going to the left-hand side or the right-hand side?
It's going to the left-hand side.
Good. You have 50-50 chance of getting it right, and you got it right.
Yep.
Those aren't marked on the back, just for Scott's
it's going down.
Education. Yeah, that is you have 50. The terminals aren't marked on the back. You have a 50-50 chance of getting the terminals right.
There's both bilge blowers.
Those pumps. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
That's going to be blower right there. I don't have the blower back there yet, but that's blower.
Yeah, we're going to move the blower from under the floor to this side over here.
That's both of the bilge pumps manual.
All right, and we got a horn.
No horn.
Was there a horn already in there, or do we have to go get one? Oh, there was a horn already. Good.
Yeah, I just had to wire it.
Okay.
That was the easiest thing to wire. It was right there.
All right. Anyway, that's the latest, Scott. And
but yeah, I mean,
so your amp gauge works. We know your amp gauge works, or at least we know that the discharge side works. When we start charging with the generator, the needle should go from center to the right for charging.
Mm-hmm.
Fuel gauge doesn't work at all.
I had to work on that bow light up there, but I got it working. I don't have the stern pole, but I made sure I got power back there and everything.
Okay. Yeah. And so temp gauge is pegged full temp. Fuel gauge does not work at all, but you know what? The stick is the most accurate way to handle your fuel anyway. I wouldn't recommend, my fuel gauge bounces all over the place. I know if it's bouncing, I've got fuel. If it's not bouncing, I know I don't have fuel, and I go in. That's when I go into the marina and give it another drink. But the fuel gauge is just almost worthless, and then the oil pressure gauge, we need to verify that. We'll verify that when we operate the engine. All right, sir. Talk to you later.